Well, good evening, everyone. Thank you all for being here today. My name is Sarah Manning, and I am the Programming Chair for Showcase 2024. It's my honor to welcome you here this evening to our annual showcase. Some of you may remember in years past, we had a fall event known as Kickoff. And this fall event traditionally highlighted the remarkable impact our nonprofit partners made through their grant awards. As we enter our 10th year of giving, we took time to reflect on our programs and how we share the incredible stories of our grantees. The name Showcase better captures what this fall event is truly about, celebrating our grantees' transformative work across the greater Milwaukee area. We have an inspiring program for you this evening. Our president, Carla Cummings, will open with some exciting initiatives and news. Before the main feature, our 2022 grant awardees, we'll hear from the grant committee about the upcoming grant cycle. Afterward, we'll get caught up with membership. And finally, our president will have some closing remarks. But before we commence with our program, I would like to extend a big thank you to Ron Krizik and the Krizik Group, our generous diamond level sponsor. Ron's commitment to Impact100 Milwaukee has helped us continue to grow as an organization and support even more nonprofits. We are so grateful for his support, and I'm pleased to introduce him to the stage. If you'll please welcome Ron Krizik.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you. I'll put this up here in case you need it.
I'm Ron Krizik, the founder and CEO of the Krizik Group. I founded the business in 1967 when I first knew that I wanted to bring value to my clients in service to them. The Krizik Group provides our clients with tools and strategies that create a sense of financial well-being for generations. With my team, I focus first on what our clients value and then on the value of what they own. I help our clients keep together what they've worked so very hard to put together. The Krizik Group's approach begins by helping clients discover what is important to them and ends with a plan that reflects their core values. In my career, in my personal life, I have lived by two important principles. One, establish trust with my family, friends, colleagues, and clients. Number two, to provide a helping hand to those in need. I'm most honored to support the Impact100 efforts as they give significant resources to the community and are in alignment with my values. Thank you, Impact100, for this great opportunity.
Hold on here. It's the game we play. Well, good evening, everyone. I would like to extend another warm welcome to our Impact100 Greater Milwaukee Showcase. Tonight, we begin celebrating the start of 10 years of awarding transformational grants affecting change in our greater Milwaukee community and empowering women. Did you hear me say 10 years? Whether you are a longtime member, recent member, potential member, are you out there? Returning guest,
nonprofit, or joining us for the first time, we are so grateful for your dedication and support. And of course, I want to give another heartfelt thank you to Ron Krizik and the Krizik Group, our generous diamond level sponsor, and to all of our other sponsors, including platinum sponsors Baird and Johnson Financial Group. We could not do what we do without all of you. I am thrilled to be here today to hear from our amazing nonprofits. And I know you are too. It has been over 2 years, it doesn't seem that long, does it? Since they were awarded their projects, and we are all looking forward to hearing the updates on the work they have accomplished with those grants. I know their stories will inspire all of us, just as they have in the past. As we move into our 10th year, it has been a time of reflection on how far we have come and where we want to go in the future. We have made significant progress over the last decade, but our journey is just beginning. We have a vision for continued growth and expansion, reaching even more nonprofits and touching even more lives. Part of that vision includes increasing our social media presence so that we can spread the word about the work that Impact100 Milwaukee supports. So now I have my notes, get out my phone. To help us with this, we have set up a fun way for you to get involved today. We hope that you will enjoy the photo booth. I don't know if you see that back there. Take plenty of selfies and use our hashtags to share your experience. Then use the QR codes, and we have handy little cards at your table in front of you to upload those photos directly to guest pics, and watch how easy it is. Okay, here, bear with me. Okay. Oh, I gotta turn it around. Oh, and there's that bright light. Okay, smile, everybody, you look great. Well, I gotta get you all in there. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh boy, I don't know. You might do better than I do, but hey, the effort, right? It's all about the effort. And it's that simple is what this says, but I don't know. We encourage you to check out our Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook pages using the QR codes behind me. And they're also on some boards out there. Help us grow our reach by sharing what we do with your networks. The more people who know about Impact100, the more nonprofits we can support as we enter this exciting milestone, our 10th year. Now, I would like to take a moment to reflect on what we have accomplished this past decade. We have funded 40 nonprofits. Granted over $3 million in awards, and grown to more than 400 members strong. There you are. We also launched our Young Philanthropist program, helping to engage the next generation in giving and community impact. If you notice those two gals, Nora and Caitlin, over by the photo booth, they're in training for the next level. We want to bring our girls along on this fabulous journey. Later on this evening, you will hear from membership about how you can help us continue to grow as we move forward into our next chapter. But first, I am pleased to introduce our grant co-directors, Ann Shoemaker and Julie Barris, who will speak more about the grant process and how you can get involved. Thank you again for being here, and let's get started. I'll take my glasses off.
Glasses on, glasses off. Okay, I can see the words, but I can't see you guys. I'm sorry. So it is a pleasure to be here tonight. to celebrate with all of you our Impact 100 First Showcase. I am fortunate enough to share my position this year with Julie Barris, my co-director, grant co-director. Many of you know Julie. She has held several different positions on the grant team, and thankfully, this year is helping lead us. Tonight, we're also excited to talk with you about the grant process, one of the most meaningful and important aspects of our organization. Julie.
Thank you, Ann. Well, as members of Impact 100 Greater Milwaukee, we each have the opportunity to play a direct role in this process of joining a grant committee. Serving on a grant committee is very rewarding work. This is my 9th year of being on a grant committee. It's not only where you see the heart of our organization in action, but also where we have the privilege of evaluating and selecting the nonprofits that will receive our transformative grants. The grant committee is the very core of what we do at Impact 100. Plus, a great added bonus, you get to meet and work with an amazing group of women who you might otherwise never have crossed paths with in your life. Ann and I did not know each other before working on the grants team. She lives in Fox Point, I live in Pewaukee. We met doing this, and I've made many new friends and acquaintances because of the 9 years of working on a grant committee. The work of the grant committees is essential to ensuring that our funding goes to nonprofits that will make a lasting impact in our community. It is through these committees that members like you are able to engage directly with the grant process, reviewing applications, conducting the site visits, and ultimately making decisions that will change lives. On the screen, I think it was the last slide, you'll note the key dates for our 2025 grant committee meetings. It also lists the focus areas and meeting times and dates that we'll be meeting in the start of the new year. Our grant committee sign-up takes place in early January, so it's a little ways off yet. But please watch for emails beginning in December with more information, and please consider joining us for a grant committee. It's a very rewarding process, and we know you'll enjoy it.
And for nonprofits in the audience, if you are interested in applying for funding or know an organization that may benefit from an Impact 100 grant, please look at our website for additional details and an application. Although our nonprofit information session on October 3rd is currently waiting list only, we will have a recording available on our website by October 4th. And now it is my pleasure to welcome our 2022 nonprofit grant recipients, Advocates for Ozaki, Benedict Center, Hope Street, and Victory Garden Initiative. These organizations continue to do remarkable work since receiving their grants, so we are eager to hear their updates. Please join me in welcoming Executive Director and my friend Barb Fisher from Advocates of Ozaki. Welcome, Barb.
Good evening, and thank you so much for inviting us here tonight to share our story. Advocates of Ozaki is a domestic violence, sexual assault, and human trafficking agency, and we've been around for about 43 years in Ozaki County. Many people will say, Ozaki County, they don't need your services. They do. We see anywhere between 600 and 700 people a year through our shelter and our outreach programs. We have 9 staff members, many of them doing different specialized, different kinds of services. We have a legal advocate, we have a children's advocate. Kristen is here, she's our associate director. She's one of the 3 counselors we have on staff. We asked Impact 100 in 2022 to assist us in building an expansion onto our shelter. We had 16 beds, only one front room living space, and our children's center and our laundry were in the basement, which made it very difficult for some of our clients to be able to really participate fully in programs. Excuse me. Impact 100 was nice enough to say yes, and construction is interesting. Let's just say that. starting from the men who think they have to explain everything to you really carefully because you're not going to understand it. So that was the first learning tool. So we specifically asked Impact 100 for certain things that weren't covered under a couple of other grants that we got. One of the things we were really excited about was moving the Children's Center out of the basement to the first floor. You'll see in the pictures here, the one with the green table and the one on the end, that's our Children's Center now. It is absolutely beautiful. It has dormer windows, it has all kinds of light, and it's already being used, and the kids are absolutely loving it. It just makes things, it makes them feel so much more involved and included in things. They don't have to go downstairs to it was a nice room, but it was not like this, trust me. This is really a nice area. Then we also asked for assistance in creating an exercise room, which many of you will know during trauma and healing, being able to be physically active is really important. And so that is not finished yet, but it's coming. We added a laundry room, another office, and this is the outside, which we took pictures on a rainy day, but you get the idea. The first part of the house was the original, where you see the bump out, that's the addition. They did an absolutely fabulous job of putting it together so that it doesn't look like an addition. It's really nice. A very large patio for people, and then on the other side, it's a children's playground. The children's playground is not completed yet, but it's almost done, and we're really excited about that. And all in all, what this funding did for us was allow to make something that would have been bare bones really nice. And I know that the one thing people were really excited about is the fact that we're adding a kennel. And about 47% of women say that they will not go into a shelter if they can't bring their pets because they're afraid for their pets. Right now we have 4 dogs and 2 cats. No snakes, no spiders. That's my rule. So I want to say once again, a really heartfelt thank you to Impact 100 for enhancing the life of so many women and children who come through our shelter, who participate in our programs. We really could not have done this without them and without their help, and we are forever grateful. Thank you.
Is there a handheld? Otherwise, we can, okay, we'll huddle around. Hello, everyone. I'm Jean Gerasi with the Benedict Center. I'm the executive director, and I'm here with Shay Faylene and Lynette. Did I do it again? Oh my gosh, I've been switching letters today. Shay and Lynette, and they're going to help me present and be better spoken than I am. Is this the slide? Okay. So, yeah, well enough, thanks. So Impact 100 made it possible for us to hire our first certified peer specialists, which is a real key aspect of our bridge project. And peer specialists use their own lived experience in the recovery to help others. And Shay and Lynette are those 2 peer specialists that your grant allowed us to hire. And they're going to tell you a little bit about the work that they do. If you haven't heard of the Benedict Center, we work with women who are impacted by the criminal justice system. And at our core, we're providing behavioral health, substance use, mental health counseling, trauma healing, and then wraparound support services so that women can be safer and healthier in their lives, but also navigate their way out of the criminal justice system and stay out. Peer support specialists help enhance all of those outcomes. There's an employment program you might have heard of at our last presentation to you all, but for time, I'm going to just turn it over to Shay and Lynette. I have a couple of questions for each one of them, and then I'll let them come up and speak. Do you want to come up to the mic? Step 1. There you go. Here's the mic here. Okay. You know where it is. So, Shay, can you tell us what peer support specialists do at the Benedict Center?
So peer support at the Benedict Center basically meets the client where they are. They build hope, resilience, and support them. They work with them, alongside of them. They guide them and whatever they need. If they just need a listening ear, they listen to them, add resources in whatever way they need. They do with them, not for them. So hope, resilience, job skills. So if you just want to talk, I'm there to talk with you. If you want me to help you find a job, I'll help you find a job. If you need AODA resources, anything you need, I'm there for you. If you want to cry, I'm there to listen to you cry. I'm just that support to support you with what you need in your time of need. So I'm just that person. I don't push you. I don't, make you do anything. I'm there to build you up and guide you and support you. But I don't do anything for you. I'm there to guide you through, but I'm also there to give you the resources you need to be successful in your journey.
Could you illustrate with a recent example of a success story you've had with a participant?
So the recent example is one of my clients was working with CPS, and she had to meet her conditions of return. So she,
People don't know what CPS is, maybe.
Child Protective Services, I'm sorry. We were able to get her meet all her conditions of return and get her visits reinstated, help her get a therapist, assist her with getting a job, getting housing. So she met all her conditions of return so that when she goes to court on Monday, she could possibly receive more visits for her placement hearing.
Which is just incredible. Okay.
Oh, you're not in my way. Okay.
Thank you. Lynette, if you could explain to the group, how does one become a peer support specialist? How did you become a peer support specialist?
So I started my training in November or December of 2022. Years go by so fast. And at that time, there was, you applied online. It was a really extensive application. The one time in my life, all my struggles were an asset for me, bared my soul. And that was the advice I was given: be as transparent. If you ever want to be transparent, do it now. So I was. They pick 50 people from those applications, and then the applications close. They call you whether you are going to be interviewed or not. Out of those 50, 25 get picked. I'm sorry. Out of those 50, they call everybody to tell you whether you're going to be interviewed or not. Out of those 50, they pick 25 to be interviewed. Out of those 25, 12 get chosen for the training. So everything happened like back to back for me, which is a blessing. I know that. I'm very grateful for that. And I was certified in February of 2023.
Yes, that's in and of itself, that's an accomplishment. So with your now certification, which is through the state of Wisconsin, and your entryway through into your career path, could you share a recent example or a success story that you've had?
Yes. So I about a year ago, maybe between 10 months to 12 months, give or take, I met a woman. I was doing peer support once a week at the CRC, the Community Reintegration Center. That's the name now. It's the old HOC. She was incarcerated still. She wanted to further her services with the Benedict Center, so we did an intake together. A lot of times that happens and women don't come through, but she came down, she bridged over to our services, became a client, started working with a counselor, coming to our groups. Maybe a month and a half after she was released, she called me on a Saturday and had a setback. She drank, she was having a lot of problems with her mother. She lived with her mom because she had nowhere else to go, and they did not get along very well at all, so they were arguing. Plus just the absence of her children in her life was a huge stressor for her too. So all of that combined was made her feel like she was having a mental break. I gave her some resources to go to a hospital on 12th Street, called there, found out what the process was, and kind of talked her through that. She called me several times throughout, like, actually the initial call to getting there, but she ended up going. She was inpatient for like 7 days. She got out. She's been coming back by us ever since then. She now gets to see her children. She has regular visits. She looks like a completely different person. It's such an amazing thing. And I just want to say that peer support, other than having my son, has been the biggest blessing in my life. It's, yeah.
We're probably a little over our time, so thank you for being patient. But I knew you'd want to hear directly from two of the just most amazing staff with the Benedict Center, and it was your Impact 100 grant that made it possible for us to hire them and then for them to make transformative change with the participants in our program. Thank you. My board members would be upset with me if I didn't tell you this is our 50th anniversary, and there's information about attending our gala on October 24th.
Good evening, ladies. It's so good to get to be here with you all. It's kind of, I think your president said it, kind of crazy to think it was 2 years ago that we won this really transformative grant for our organization. So I just want to say thank you again. We got to say thank you that night, but now having lived in our space for the last 2 years, there's just not a day that goes by that we're not just incredibly grateful for the investment that many of you made to make it possible. And so my name is, I always forget that, but here we go. My name is Ashley Thomas, and I am the CEO of Hope Street. And Hope Street is the greenhouse for people on 26th and Capitol. And so we have been providing housing for the last 25 years, and now we have Shechem, thanks to many of you, for the last 2 years. And we're going to share a little bit about like stories and what has happened in our space since opening. But I just want you to see the space here. So there's the building. Our beautiful brick building is to the left, and that's the one that we've had for the last 25 years, where we offer housing for men, women, and children coming out of different areas of brokenness. So that could be drug or alcohol abuse, homelessness, incarceration, just falling on hard times. And we really are intentional about meeting people right where they're at and giving people opportunities to make their own best choices and discover what growth looks like for them and true transformation. And we know that that takes time. Now, I've been on staff for over a decade, and so I did not start Hope Street. It's been kind of an ongoing joke lately. It's been around for 25 years. I'm not old enough. But one of the things that was my vision and my hope in my heart was Shechem. And it was an 8+ year project in the making for a long time. We had a really pretty picture of what the renderings, you know, those beautiful renderings you have. And so that's why I get really proud to be able to show, like, here it is, it's actually a thing. But really, that space, we had a vision for a space that would be beautiful. A space that would welcome people in, a space that would scream, you're worth it, a space that would make people want to do life differently. And so we fought really hard for those beautiful glass windows and all of the different details that are inside the beautiful gym, which here I'll show you a few more pictures. So these are our classrooms. You can see the gym. We have a rooftop garden. Here's some more pictures of some of our kiddos. And I just want to say, one of the things like that you can know that you've made a lasting impact is just 2 weeks ago, I got to be at the AAA Awards for architectural design. And Hope Street was one of 3 places in the state that won an honor award. And that's significant because much of our mission and our hope for our people is that we don't just do things good enough, that we really are about providing things that are good, and we know that that makes a lasting impact in people's lives, that investment. And so thank you for being about making lasting impact and knowing that you have done that and you've invested in an organization that believes in that. So I have Kendall, our Shechem director, that's here today, and I want her to share a story with you guys of what life is like.
Hi, yeah, so I'm the Shechem director, which means I get to spend a lot of time in that building and a lot of time connecting with our members who are there. 2 years does feel like yesterday, and I definitely had my smile stuck on my face for a really long time after winning that grant, but at the same time, I can't believe so much has happened in just 2 years. We have 1,680 members of this space. That happened in 2 years, and these are people who are coming consistently because they love this space so much. We have people who have come over 300 times, over 400 times, just coming in because it's the space that they love and feel comfortable and safe and a part of community. So it's just such a big deal. It's just really awesome to have met so many people that have made such a difference in my life. Each day when somebody comes in, we get to stop and say hello and ask them how they're doing. That's how we start the day with every single person who comes into Shechem. And one boy, Tay, would really speed through that process. Like, how are you doing, Tay? Good, let me get to the gym. Like, sprinting out, grabbing handfuls of snacks on his way, but like, let me get into that gym, let me get in with my friends. And I'm always like, come on, I want to get to know you. But he wasn't really super adult focused, and like he really just wanted to be in that gym space, which was okay, but I was, would have loved to known him a little bit better. And it went on like that for a couple weeks when he first joined. And then one day, trailing behind him, teenage Tay, and then little brother. And little brother was a pain. Little brother was whining and crying. Tay looked so drained and exhausted, and it allowed us to take that "how are you doing" a little bit further. So it's like, Tay, how are you doing? I'm not great. What's your brother doing here? Mom hasn't been home in 2 days. And you just take a second like that, and you're like, okay, Mom hasn't been home in 2 days. That's why he's looking so exhausted today. And both kids go right up to the snack table, and they're like fisting food into their mouth. And you take a second, you're like, I see a lot right now. And you so badly just want to wrap Tay around you, but he's looking at his little brother like, get the heck off me. I just want to play. And so for that moment, we got to take Tay's little brother and hang out with him and do arts and crafts and play games with him at the table. And Tay, he just got to go in the gym, just like he wants to do, and hang out with his friends. And so for a moment, you see all those weeks leading up why he might have been a little adult avoidant is because for however many weeks, Tay has been the adult. He has been the kid that is just having so many responsibilities in his life. He's going to school, he's taking care of his brother, he's making sure they're both fed. And for a moment, when he's at Shechem and he gets to play basketball, he just gets to be a kid. And he just gets to hang out with his friends. And there's something so awesome in that. And a moment like that opens up conversations with him that we get to have. And there's moments where his life gets a little bit bigger than just surviving the day, and it gets to the moment where like we get to talk about how is school going and what are your dreams for the next step of your life and whatever it may be. But in the moment he's at Shechem, he just gets to be a kid. And so it's like that for a lot of our kids. Maybe this is the place where they just get to play, and that is so huge. And for so many more, it's so much more than that. They get to come to financial education classes, or they get to join a prayer group, or join an arts and crafts class, or whatever it may be. But for every single person who comes into Shechem, they get to be seen, and they just get to be. So I just thank you guys so much for just creating a space for our kids to be, and to just have hope in that moment, and to just be seen.
Boy, those lights are. My name is Sandra Jones. I'm the Executive Director of the Victory Garden Initiative. And like the others, I'd like to thank you for inviting me to take part in the program tonight and tell you about Victory Garden and what the Impact 100 grant did for us. First, let me tell you, we are entering our 15th year, Victory Garden Initiative. We are a acre-and-a-half urban farm on Concordia and Richards, right in the heart of the Harambe neighborhood in Milwaukee. We grow all kinds of food, fresh, organic produce, fruits and vegetables that we provide for the community for free. I came on the staff of VGI in 2022, and that was the year that we got the grant. And Victory Garden Initiative was indeed suffering. But it was the Impact 100 grant that allowed us to pull ourselves back up. The flexibility that you all offered in using the grant money, for example, we had trouble watering our plants. An acre-and-a-half farm, needs a lot of water. But we were able to get operational our underground cistern by buying generators and pumps and things like that so that we could water the vegetables so that they could grow, so that we could give them away. And everything we grow is free to the community. We were also able to purchase a truck, which helped us to, I'm not going to talk about this right now because this is a block party we had, but I'll get to that in a minute. The truck allows us to take food out to the places where it's needed. Senior citizens' homes, the rescue mission, churches, and places like that. So your grant allowed us to build on and to continue that work. And what has happened in this 2-year period is that VGI has really reached a turning point in terms of rooting itself and becoming a part of the neighborhood that we serve. Let's move to this next slide. We had a problem in our history being a part of the community in which we existed. And Harambe is a neighborhood, is an area, about 11,000 people. Most of them are African American, about 75%. It's a very low-income area, so there's poverty that's a part of the life in that community. And VGI had difficulty reaching that community. But this weekend, we had a breakthrough. And the work that we've done over the last 2 years contributed to that, made that possible. We had a block party. And there were about 150 to 200 neighborhood people who came out to party with us. We had a DJ, we had bouncy houses for the kids, we had food, we had face painting. You see the woman on the end there? She's 86 years old. She said, her name is Emma. She said, I've been living in this community since 1969. And she came out. She's in a wheelchair. She's an amputee. She came out and she looked around. She said, this is my community. This is my neighborhood. There was a group of folks there doing voter education, getting ready for, November. We had folks from Block who came, to Black leaders organizing for communities who came to spread their message and their work. And there were people dancing in the streets, and kids were playing, and food was plentiful, and And so my goal has been to make VGI an organization that is not simply there to serve the community, but is of the community. And we made a step in that direction this weekend, with that block party. But it was bittersweet. There were people standing in, the food line to get their food. And they told some of our staff, we haven't eaten in days. And so, fortunately, we had takeaway plates, so people were able to take food with them. But the sweet part of it is now they know that the garden is there, and it's available to them. Another story, there was a group there who did lead testing. And I don't know a whole lot about lead testing, but I do know that, I was told that an acceptable level, a manageable level of lead in the body is 3. The testing they did that day, nobody measured lower than 16. And the thing that's important is there is a direct connection between food and managing lead levels. So it's bittersweet. We can be a solution to people's hunger. We can be a solution to people's health. And with the help of Impact100, we can continue that work. Again, thank you. Thank you. I think I got a few more pictures here. Yeah. This is the welcome table. There's some of our staff, some of the other vendors who were there. That's it. But it was a breakthrough moment for VGI. It was a celebratory moment for the community in which we live, and we thank you for your help in making that happen.
Hi, everybody. Big thank you to Advocates of Ozaki, the Benedict Center, Hope Street, and Victory Garden Initiative. The work that you guys have done and continue to do is truly transformational. I don't think I had enough time to get my ugly cry out before I got up here because it was just very exciting to see what this room of women has done to help you guys make an impact in your communities. So thank you so much. So being a member of Impact100 Milwaukee is more than just giving. It's about being part of something greater, something that transforms lives in our community. So we need you, our members and future members, to help us continue this mission. If you have been waiting to renew or are joining us for the first time, the sooner you commit, the sooner we can make an impact in our community. Also, don't forget, get your friends to join us. Next time you're at coffee or at lunch, say, hey, I'd love to tell you a little bit about this organization I'm a part of. Think of all of these amazing nonprofits we've heard of and just try to insert it into the conversation, because the more members that we have, the greater impact that we can make.
Earlier, Carla mentioned one of our newer membership options, which is the Young Philanthropist Program. This is such an exciting initiative, and we are aiming for 32 young professional members this year. To make this happen, we need 32 supporters. You can contribute to the Young Philanthropist Program by contributing either $1,100 or $550 to this program, and it is a fantastic way to engage the next generation of givers. If you're interested in supporting or learning more, please reach out to me, Maggie, Piper, or anyone on the membership team. Through the Young Philanthropy Program, I've gained valuable leadership skills, learned about local nonprofits, and I've also been able to grow my personal network, all while bringing a fresh perspective as the communications chair to things like social media and helping to contribute to the future of philanthropy.
Lastly, I just want to remind everyone that we have a very fun event coming up. It's our Mix and Mingle, October 15th at Central Standard. It's from 4 to 7. This would be a really great opportunity to bring some friends of yours to just learn more about Impact 100. We're going to have food, a cash bar. There's going to even be some surprises for those who decide to join during the event. So make sure you register. Attendance is limited. So let's keep this momentum going. Thank you guys so much for being a part of Impact 100. I'd love to bring Carla back up to the stage for our $1,000 Nordstrom drawing.
Thank you, Bridget and Maggie. And again, I don't know, I'm not crying. Are you crying? I'm like, wow, I should have worn waterproof mascara. So anyway, here go the glasses again. Before we conclude tonight's event, I would like to take a moment to express my heartfelt thanks to everyone who has joined us for this Impact 100 Greater Milwaukee Showcase. Thank you to our members, both longstanding and those who renewed or joined today, or we'll do so after, right? Your commitment to our mission makes everything we do possible. To the potential members with us tonight, we hope to welcome you into our community soon. And of course, a big thank you to our wonderful nonprofit partners for the inspiring work you do every day. I'm going to say I got to give a big hand. A special thank you to the Women's Club of Wisconsin for hosting us this evening. The venue has been wonderful. We haven't been here for like 5 or 6 years. It's great to be back. And we appreciate the staff for their excellent service throughout the night. And of course, to our events team, grants team, programming team, communications team, membership team. As you can see, it takes a lot of teamwork and a strong commitment to excellence. And I'm honored to work with this amazing team. Thank you, team. I would also like to extend another thank you to all of our wonderful sponsors. Your generosity continues to help us grow and expand our support of nonprofits in the community. Before we move forward, it's time for a little fun. We're about to do a drawing for a gift card for those who renewed their membership or joined between the annual awards celebration in June and 6:30 tonight. So let's see who the lucky winner is. Okay, I'm gonna look away, look away, look away, look away, look away. Yeah, where's the drum roll? Okay. Nicole Anderson, a new member. Is Nicole here? Where are you, Nicole? Stand up. Nicole? Oh, she may not be here. Okay, well, we're gonna have to find you, Nicole. You should have come tonight. Well, congratulations, Nicole. Even though the drawing is over, do not wait to renew or join. The sooner you renew or join, the sooner we know what funds we have to support nonprofits in the coming year. The membership desk will be open after our program concludes, so stop by and renew or join today. And by the way, this isn't on my script here, but I want to let you know that as of about 3 o'clock this afternoon, we went over 200 members, so we have two $100,000 grants funded already. We are on our way. As we look ahead, I hope you will join us at one of our upcoming events, there are so many opportunities to stay involved, connect, and continue making an impact together, including a very special event on November 7th. We have the privilege of hosting Wendy Steele, founder of Impact 100 Global and creator of the Impact 100 model, where we will celebrate Impact 100 Milwaukee's 10-year anniversary and the Global Day of Impact. Please join us at Radio Milwaukee in their very, very cool event space, where we will be broadcasting live to over 70 Impact 100 chapters worldwide. Right? And additionally, we have DJ Anthony Foster, who is going to be spinning some awesome vinyl or whatever's going to go on there. And I love to dance, so, stay tuned. It may not be pretty, but we'll have fun. Registration for this event will open soon, and I hope to see you there because we really want to show the world who we are as Milwaukee, right? Milwaukee is a great place. We care deeply. Let's show them. Remember that photo that I took earlier? Well, I'm not going to put it up. I might put it on that little QR code, but I'm going to take some other fun photos when I get out here. It says in here, see how easy that was? Yeah, I don't know. But please don't forget to share your photos tonight. And really, post, tag us, please follow us, like us, do whatever it is that you want to do. We want to get the word out there to people who don't know anything about us, and also for them to find out about the amazing work that our nonprofits are doing in the community. So as we wrap up, I would like to thank you again for joining us tonight. Please enjoy the rest of the evening, connecting with one another and sharing in the excitement of what we are building together. We got Nicole.